A party in the closet is a large-scale triptych that is 2.4 by 3.6 meters, depicting three masculine figures departing from an open closet. And they're challenging normative heterosexual masculine behaviours and what it means to be a man and how that should differ to create an equitable society. So it's sort of challenging gender norms, what it is to be a man, whether I can be a man and I can feel comfortable in my masculinity in a dress, in my ideal society and world. But in the world that we live in today, if I were to dress out in public, I'll be quite frightened and anxious to do so. Inclusion and equity is the key thing that I think everyone should believe. On the painting, you'll see green shapes sort of scattered and connected all across the painting. It's like an interconnected virus of masculinity. It consists of like greed, power, aggression, ego, and it's saying my faults as a male are very transmissible. But on the contrary, you'll see a pink virus, and that pink virus is the feminine, the virus of acceptingness, the virus of progression. And that progression is accepting people for how they look, how they act, how they behave. And it's sort of moving into fixing this virus and making it a positive one rather than a negative one. The size of the work sort of acknowledges that this isn't just a small problem on a small canvas. This is a real big issue that needs attention. I was inspired by ideologies of Ben Cookie's car crash paintings that challenge that initiation phase of man and show the catastrophic results of men trying to prove themselves to society. Vincent Nawanjira, a contemporary First Nations artist, does amazing large-scale figurative artworks that have sort of a naive aesthetic that I really connected to. I drew inspiration in his lines in his artwork and sort of his very flat colours, which I used in my figures. I also read a really cool book by Grayson Perry, an English potter and tapestry artist. His book, The Descent of Man, really gave me like a deeper understanding of some issues in masculinity, ways to approach them. Me and my dad built these three massive canvases completely from scratch. For the background, I used acrylic paint as it dries really fast. Once I finished the background, I used oil paints and turpentine to thin my paint and sort of get a little bit more texture. I also did a little bit of incision where I'd scratch back into paint that I'd freshly applied so you can see the layer behind it. I also applied to a wide brush, different colours straight on the brush, and then my brush stroke will differ in tone and texture. When you work on something for so long, I realised how into the process that you become. I'll be on the bus to school, I'll be sleeping in bed, and I won't be able to sleep because I'm like, oh, that's it, that's the thing that I have to do next. And that's an interesting connection that an artist can sort of get to their painting, where it's on their mind constantly and it can happen at any time, anywhere. My advice for anyone studying art at school is it's really important to use the knowledge of other people. There is no point narrowing yourself down to your mind when there's so many other brains out there full of knowledge. Take advantage of your teachers, talk to your friends, because that'll bring ideas to you